Zubeda, thank you so much. And we are here with a clear message that we fully support each other. And we stand on the principles of human rights, democracy, equality, and justice for all people, regardless of our ethnic background, language, culture, religion, preferences. Our differences will be our strength, not the division that has ruled us, that has been used to intimidate us, and that has ruled us with fear over all these past decades in our home country of Burma. So thank you to our leader for reading out the statement from our brother and sister in the Kachin community for standing up for the truth, for their right as a people. And we are here to also send our condolences and commemorate many countless lives who have been lost due to war in our homeland. War is, we reject it. We want peace, genuine peace for all people. And we want to send a very peaceful but powerful message to our leader who is visiting us today to really support our cause and to stand up for justice. We are here to show the support that she needs, which we believe that she really needs from all people, especially people who have not yet agreed with her, have not shared the same view with her, so that she can stand up to the military regime that has persecuted all people, particularly ethnic minorities and people who look different, appear different, talk different, and believe differently from the dominant view in our home country. So we want to commemorate all our refugees, internationally displaced people whose life has been so much impacted by the war between the military troops and our ethnic self-defense group. So we really would like to send our best wish and hope to our leader to really hear our cries today, to bring justice. And we believe they are ready for this task. They step up to this call of leadership. It's a high calling that we believe they need all the support from all people, including unborn children and young children, men and women, old and young, from all backgrounds. So first, I would like to really sincerely mourn and also send my condolences to our brothers and sisters, our people back home whose life have been lost or tortured or killed in any form. I will be reading an open letter from the Karen community of Canada on Aung San Suu Kyi's visit to Canada. So recommendation to the Canadian government to support peace and human rights in Burma. Aung San Suu Kyi, the state councillor for the government of Burma, or Myanmar, is visiting Canada this week and today in Toronto. As the Karen community of Canada, an organization representing ethnic Karen refugees from Burma, we are concerned that this will be just a feel-good celebration, ignoring ongoing militarization and human rights abuses in Burma ethnic areas, which, in our point of view, Aung San Suu Kyi government has done virtually nothing to alleviate, if not make it worse. We are also concerned about Ambassador Karen MacArthur's meeting with Senior General May Online last January and discussion of potential Canadian investment in hydropower projects that fuel ongoing war, displacement, and human rights abuses in Burma, including our homeland of Karen State. The general and his army are responsible for obstructing peace and conducting campaigns of terror against Karen and other ethnic communities, so we are dismayed that Ambassador MacArthur would discuss cooperating with him. We urge you, as our elected representative in Canada, to heed the cries of the Karen and other ethnic people in Burma who continue to suffer under military occupation and control. To that end, here is a list of questions that Canadian Canadian government officials should ask the Osasuji during her visit to Canada. Question number 1. What are the current plans for refugee return, and how will the safety of returning refugees be guaranteed? There is a growing pressure on refugees in Thailand to return to Burma, partly due to shortfalls in funding and food relief in the refugee camps. However, the Burmese military continues to occupy villages and farmlands and making return difficult or impossible for many villagers. If the military leaves, refugees will return. Question number 2. How will your government respond to Karen community's call for removal of Burma military bases in occupied Karen state? On May 24th, internationally displaced people in Karen state staged a demonstration calling for the removal of Burmese military base for their lands so that they could safely return. Despite the existence of a ceasefire since 2012 and repeated calls by Karen villagers and the Karen National Union to remove military bases from civilian area, the military has instead reinforced its bases and added new ones every day. What are the humanitarian aid needs of the estimated 600,000 villagers who remain internally displaced in ethnic states of Burma? The Burmese military continued obstructing aid to civilians to conflict area, and international organizations face funding shortfalls and are unable to meet needs for food, healthcare, education for the displaced people. Question 4. What are your government policies to ensure the rights of local and ethnic communities to full, free, prior and informed consent regarding any development project that affects them? Conflict and displacement in Burma have created a chaotic situation where refugees return to find their land sold off to cooperate land developers, and where resource extraction and infrastructure development projects continue to drive armed conflict and displacement of villagers. Question 5. Will you and your government commit to full cooperation with the UN fact-finding mission to investigate human rights abuses in Burma? These fact-finding missions was established in response to reports of gross human rights violations in Rakhine State, including arbitrary killing, destruction of villages, and rape by Burma military forces. 6. Why does your government never speak out against military attacks and abuses against non-Burman ethnic communities? Osasuji needs international moral support to push for change and confront the military. International actors' silence regarding ongoing human rights abuses only entrenches the power of the military and undermines democratic change and prospect for peace. So these are our further recommendations to Canada to support peace, democracy, and human rights in Burma. 1. Continue supporting ethnic civil society in Burma. We gratefully acknowledge the Canadian government's ongoing support for ethnic civil society through its bilateral development project. We especially thank the Canadian government for its support of Inter-Pares, which in turn support numerous ethnic civil society organizations providing humanitarian assistance and building human capacity in Burma ethnic areas. 2. Insist on militarization before refugee return. We call on Canada to use diplomatic channels to support continuous relief to refugees until a safe and voluntary return can be guaranteed, and to put pressure on Thailand and Burma to uphold the rights of refugees to safe and voluntary return. 3rd, avoid investing in resource extraction or infrastructure projects in Burma until genuine and stable peace is achieved. Canada Embassy to Burma identifies opportunity for Canadian businesses in such fields as mining and oil and gas. However, many resource extraction projects in Burma are located in fragile ceasefire zones and are directly controlled by the Burma military, or other armed groups, intensifying conflict and human rights violation as the Burmese military fights ethnic militia to secure this project. Finally, number 4, maintain sanction on military leaders and military-connected companies in Burma. We urge the Canadian government to retain key sanctions in the Special Economic Measures Burma regulations, in particular those that target the Burmese military and military-affiliated companies such as UMEHL and MEC. As long as the Burmese military has no civilian oversight and with ongoing military campaigns and human rights abuses in ethnic area, it is premature to remove sanctions targeting the Burmese military. So this is the statement of the Korean Community of Canada, an umbrella organization representing Korean people across Canada. Our goal is to promote Korean culture, human rights, and democracy. Thank you for your attention.